As I watch Jason Older trudge it off this morning, I stared to the ceiling in despair. It was a very long, slow walk by Jason Older. I felt his pain. I felt his anguish. For the ball was barely clipping the top of leg stump. And I am almost certain the same thing that was going through my mind was the same thing that was going through Jason Older's mind. What is the difference between my leg before decision and Jaden Seals yesterday morning in the second over, striking Joe Root plumb leg before? It was Nitti Menon again. He didn't Joe Root out, but he gave Jason Older out, although Jaden Seals' ball was plummeting into leg stump of Joe Root, while Atkinson one was barely clipping the top of leg stump. It leaves one to wonder what is happening with Nitti Menon. Why was he so quick to give Jason Older out? If you look back at that replay, you will realize that his hand went up immediately as the ball struck Jason Older on his path. He did not bother to go through the process of the height of Jason Older, but his hand was up immediately. When the ball struck Jason Older, you could have seen the mid-off stump. When the ball struck Joe Root, you could not have seen the off stump. It is clear with the natural eyes that Jaden Seals' delivery to Joe Root was much straighter than Guts Atkinson's delivery to Jason Older. And as I saw Jason Older shaking his head as he leaves the field, I believe that was going through his mind. What was the difference? Why was Nitti Menon so quick to give Jason Older out, while he did not give Joe Root out yesterday morning? There was a leg before decision late yesterday evening that came up against Mikel Louis. And when the ball struck Mikel Louis on his toe, the umpire gave him not out. On review, it showed that it was umpire called. You can recall I saying, we are lucky it was not Nitti Menon. And so said. So was proven this morning, as the ball was just barely clipping the top of leg stump, and yet still Nitti Menon chose to give Jason Older out. So here we have another review here. Good morning and welcome to our live watch along for the post-lunch session on this third morning of the third and final test. And that one clearly is umpire's call again. You know why it was not given out? It was because it was not Nitti Menon is the umpire. I am just going by what I see. I'm going by what I saw. He was giving Joe Root he had given Joe Root not out for a ball that was cannoning into leg stump. But a ball that was clipping the top of leg stump, he gave Joe Root out. He gave Jason Older out for it. Good ball to Da Silva, dug it out. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I'm happy that you are here. It is good that you could have joined us. So West Indies resume after lunch at 151 for 5. We have now pushed on to 152 for 5. Hodge is on 53 and Da Silva is on 2. Earlier this morning, West Indies lost Athanaze leg before to Bashir for 12. Jason Holder leg before to Atkinson for 12 also. And Mikel Louis, his first half century in his international career, 57 from 95 deliveries, caught at second slip of the bowling of Ben Stokes. It was the 5th time in 6 innings that Mikel Louis was going out caught behind the wicket. And maybe on 1 and 2 occasions he had was to play. But I really think that on these 3 occasions, he never had to play at those deliveries. I hope that his coaches are watching, and his personal coach, who is his father, the West Indies coach, batting coach, and I hope that they will do some. It's a short time between now and South Africa, but I hope that they will do some work. They will do some work and try and remedy it. I have my own suggestions, but then maybe another time I'll give it as we concentrate on the watch along. So Joshua Da Silva is 2, Hodge is 53, as West Indies are 152 for 5 on the 3rd day, the 2nd session of the 3rd day, leading by 58 runs. We have really given it our all. We must give credit to the guys. We never fold over and die. You know, we are working hard, especially the batsmen. I saw in this team, when I'm looking at this team, I saw something there to work with. Definitely saw something there to work with. And I hope that we will buckle down, not only in mash. Bashir comes in, a slip leg, slip forward, short leg, ball to Hodge. Hodge is onto the front foot. He stroke it out into the offside. 1 more run for the West Indies. We move up now to 153 for 5. 153 for 5. West Indies in their 2nd innings. Good morning, Sherwin. So, Sherwin, we can all interpret it how we saw it. So fine, I don't have an issue with you interpreting how you saw it. And I know that you love to disagree with me, which I don't have an issue with, you know. And yes, they are human beings, but why is it always the same umpire? Why is it? And that's what brings it into questions, you know. They are human beings, they can make mistakes. Joshua Bashir to Da Silva, he turns this to the man at forward short leg, and there is no run. And Sherwin is saying Joe Root have earned the benefit of the doubt. The champion is saying, I have time for Louis. Let's watch Bashir as he comes in now. Ball to Da Silva, who places into the offside. Acres of space in the offside, as we have some men around the bat, and the field that cover has to move to his left. And while he moves to his left, the West Indies batsmen go through for a single. The score moves up now to 154 for 5. 2 deliveries to come. A slip, a leg slip, a forward short leg, a straight mid wicket, a mid half for mid on. Bashir over the wicket, balls to Hodge, and Hodge on the back foot. Just turn this in the gap between the leg slip and the forward short leg, and there is no run. The score remains 154 for 5. We are in over number 43. And the 3rd day of this 3rd and final test match. And Hodge going past 50 for the 2nd time in the series. Well done. Bashir ball to Hodge off the back foot again. He plays this down to the man at forward short leg. And there is no run at the end of the over. So at the end of the over, West Indies 154 for 5. Top of the morning, we cannot allow this ordinary spinner to be getting loads of wickets against us. That's a positive attitude there, Mr. Casanova. very positive attitude. The champion is saying that Hodge showing his class. Well, Hodge have shown a lot of class in this series. Ever since in Australia, he looked solid, he looked compact, and he got a score for 70, I think 71 in Australia. And even in that innings, he looked also well. Even in the innings that he never went on to make a big score, he also looked good in those innings. And so Hodge has definitely been holding his own. And a late bloomer, but we hope that he will continue to flourish for the West Indies, definitely. So my screen come back, 154 for 5. Mark, what is it? No, I am not arguing with you. I never challenged the umpire. That's a difficult job. And Sherwin, I would have said it. I agree it's a difficult job. But a large numbers of persons have very difficult jobs. And they have to do it well. Do you think Sherwin, the man that is putting in windows and those 50-story skyscrapers, don't you think it's a difficult job? How many persons in this world has difficult jobs and they cannot make a mistake? Can't make a mistake, because when they make a mistake is life and death issues with their difficult jobs. Wood over the wicket, ball to that Silva. He plays this into the offside. They go through for a single. The score moves up to 155 for 5. West Indies now lead by 6-1. So my point is, Sherwin, having a difficult job is no excuse for making mistake, especially when you are well paid, and especially when those mistakes seem to always go against the West Indies. Now, Jason Holder wasn't a mistake, because if the ball had clipped the top of leg stump, he would have out ball. So it wasn't a mistake. But my contention is the Joe Root delivery looked much straighter than the Jason Holder delivery. You could have seen the off stump in the Jason Holder leg before, but you could not see it in the Joe Root. So the same umpire was prepared to give the one that he could see the off stump out, but he was not prepared to give the one that he could not see the off stump out. So that is my contention. Wood ball to Hodge, he pulls, misses, through to the keeper, and there is no run. Every time I start watching the cricket, the screen just think that it should buffer. I don't know. 155 for 5. It's sometimes you wonder what forces are at work. If I'm watching the cricket without doing a watch along, it's fine. And I make sure I have 2 different internet connections for the live match and the live watch along. And it keep on doing that. You wonder, 155 for 5. 1 delivery to come in the final in this over. Could bowl to Hodge. He allows it to go through outside the off stump, through to the keeper, and there is no run. Well played, Hodge. West Indies 155 for 5 at the end of over number 44. In their second innings, leading by what, 58? How much we trail by? Leading by, trying to work it out here, leading by 6-1. So West Indies leading by 6-1 here. Leading by 6-1. We trail by 94, so we're leading by 6-1. 155 for 5. I really appreciate you joining us here. Bashir, is it to continue? Colin Goodrich, 155 for 5. I'll try to answer your question when the fast bowler is bowling. Let me do the watch along. Let me do the commentary because persons have complained that I'm talking too much and not doing the commentary. Bashir to the Silva and he drives through the offside. It's running out towards the boundary, but my screen froze. Eso, thank you very much, man. Mr. Brown just donated on lunch break, which I can stay longer. Thank you very much, Eso. So that was a pleasant drive by the Silva, and the screen froze as he played that shot. You know, as the ball rolled away towards the boundary, the screen froze, and I'm not seeing any cricket here. I'm only seeing a green outfield. I'm seeing the ball. I am seeing 156 for 5, so it probably went straight to the sweep on the boundary. West Indies lead move up now to 62. I really appreciate that, SO. I'm telling it will go towards a early cause. We are back with live action. Bashir to Hodge, and Hodge on the back foot places to the man at forward short leg, and there is no run. So the score remains 156 for 5. All right, Delroy Morris said, yes, that was a very disappointing for me yesterday that we let England off the hook. And I came on yesterday and I vent my frustration, and persons would know what I think about that. So Delroy Morrison, I definitely agree with you. Bashir bowls to Hodge, and Hodge he tried to york himself there. He came down on it, and it goes through to the keeper, and there is no run. So the score remains 156 for 5. And I definitely think that it passed that, but just to say that I've gotten a lot of complaints, especially from persons who are not watching the match, and they are depending on the live watch along to get the up-to-date score, and they are saying that I am spending too much time with the persons on the chat during the overs. So I'm going to try my best just to do the Wood is bowling now, so I can take some comments in between deliveries. Mark Wood over the wicket, 2 sips, bowl to Da Silva, and Da Silva plays this away to the man at backward point, tumbling stop. There is no run. The score remains at 156 for 5. Yes, Delroy. So, Colin Goodridge, Jason Holder's role in the West Indies team presently is clearly what they are describing as a batting all-rounder. Now, you know me. At the start of the series, I would not have picked Jason Holder. But from his performances with the bat, I accept it. I accept his performance with the bat in this series. I do not, though, accept his performances with the ball. Clearly, he should play against South Africa. Yes, based on what he did in this series and his score gradually, the incremental improvement. My screen froze. Da Silva is on strike to Hood. I would have given you the live commentary. I apologize. I don't know. I can't help it. I don't know why the screen keeps freezing. I don't know. I don't know. That's Silva facing up to Marco, the third delivery of the over. They're probably both, I'm probably 2-3 deliveries behind. But let me tell you the score though. It's 156 for 5. 156 for 5. The screen, I just don't understand. This is so frustrating. It is absolutely frustrating for me. I can't do this. I probably have to stop. I can't do this. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't manage. I have to stop. So that Silva plays that one into the offside, and there is no run. 156 for 5. So I would play Jason Holder against South Africa. No doubt, it's incremental improvement. At 125, 128, 130 kilometers per hour, though, his bowling doesn't look threatening. So if Jason Ola is going to play as a number 6 batsman, he has to have the appetite to score a lot of runs. But for now, I am willing to give him a run out against South Africa. Wood over the wicket, ball to Da Silva, loud appeal out, leg before that plumb, that straight. He looks to whip it away, taken on the pad, and Da Silva gone. West Indies lost their 6th wicket. That one was straight. It was pitched up, head in the air, look to whip it on the onside. Plumb leg before. I don't think they should review it. Da Silva gone for 5. That's a good decision. 156 for 6 West Indies. Let's look at the replay. Pitched up. He looks to go across it, back foot, dead in front of middle stump. He didn't even look at Hodge. He walks off. West Indies lost their 6th wicket, and they are 156 now for 6. Good bowling there by Wood. Very disappointing for West Indies fans, and I know Joshua Da Silva is equally disappointed. So it's 156 for 5. He played well in the first innings, 49. He made 82 in the second test. So if you put Joshua Da Silva last 4 innings for the West Indies, he has done well. So, you know, batsmen fail, batsmen produce, and he has done well in his last 4 innings. So can't be harsh on Joshua Da Silva. Thank you, SOS. Delroy Robinson said, we should never, yes, I took that one already. Thank you, Mr. Casanova. Mikhail, good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. I really appreciate what you did, SOS. I'm telling you, we really appreciate it. And there are persons who are listening and know that you donate, and they'll probably be giving me a call. So I really appreciate it, Mr. Casanova. Mr. Casanova, he said, I saw they recalled Tage for the next series against South Africa, and your favorite female player came out of retirement. You know, Mr. Casanova, my understanding is that it is not the test squad that they pick, but they pick a championship team, a regional 4-day championship team to play South Africa in a one-off practice match, warm-up match. Markwood over the wickets, bowls to Alzarri Joseph, who is solid in defense, got the inner portion of the bat. It goes down to square leg. They go through for a single. West Indies move up to 157 for 6. The lead is now 63. So Joshua Da Silva there, just playing across the line of that one. He was out plumb leg before. There can be no complaint there. So Mr. Casanova, it's a warm-up match for South Africa. And what is the date of that match? Because I need to check back on the date of that match. Can someone tell me the date of that match? Because I was wondering why over the wicket come Markwood bowl to Hodge trying to play a forcing shot off the back foot, the end of the over. So at the end of over number 46, West Indies leading by 63, effectively 63 for 6. We are 157 for 6 at the end of over number 43. I was just wondering if the date doesn't clash, probably Mackenzie should have been named in that squad. I think so. The surprising thing about the dotting, Mr. Casanova, you remember yesterday when we were doing the live watch along, and I shared my screen to show my email coming in from ICCI and not ICCI, ICC and CWI. I think somebody had posted something, and I was telling the person that I have never heard of it. So I was sharing my email to show the person that I get up-to-date news from the ICC. And there was an email from the West Indies at the top, and I never clicked on it because I was doing a live watch along. It was actually the email from CWI talking about that in return, you know. A number of persons think so. Young DK out, Atkinson over the wicket, ball to Alzarri Joseph, plays and misses outside the off stump, through to the keeper. 157 for 6. The lead is 63. Hodge is on 54. Alzaro Joseph is on 1. I personally think that I don't disagree with you totally, but I think that some of the batsmen are showing signs of hard work. I think some of them are showing signs of hard work. The thing is, though, when you have a habit, sometimes muscle memory takes over. Atkinson in to bowl to Joseph, who defends on the onside of the pitch, and there is no run. The score remains 157 for 6. So sometimes when we have a habit, muscle memory takes over. And although you're steeling yourself to implement what you learn, sometimes it doesn't happen. So I agree with you 50-50. But it comes back to that's a nice delivery. It shapes back. This ball is reverse swinging, isn't it? Those who are listening to the commentary, what's the umpires are saying? This ball is definitely reverse swinging. I see this comment from our batsmen don't put together 2 good innings at all. All they think that 25 runs is enough. Atkinson over the wicket bowls to Joseph down the leg side. He whips this away. It running down towards the 5-leg boundary. The fielder comes across, made a stop. The score moves up now to 158 for 6. The lead is now 64. Hodge is on 54, comes into strike. Joseph is on 2. The lead is 64 as Atkinson go back to the top of his mark. Our batsmen don't put together 2 good innings at all. They all think that 25 runs is enough to keep them in the squad. They're not ready for big game yet. Over the wicket, ball to Hodge, solid in defense, plays this out into the offside, and there is no run. Thank you for that comment, Stephen Barrow. I saw your frustration. I understand you want these batsmen to repeat, and all of us do. And I hope you are wrong, though. I hope they're not thinking that 25 is enough. Because if they are thinking, I would be very disappointed. Ola is still upset. He still has on his pad. Over the wicket, ball to Hodge, and Hodge clipped this away to the man at mid-wicket, and there is no run. At the end of over number 47, West Indies 158 6. Older still has on his pad. The man is really hurt, man. Lunchtime gone. You can bet he didn't eat any lunch. He just sat there. He's hurting, man. And I know why he's hurting so much, and it's because of the JDC's decision, you know. The man is hurting, man. The man is upset. Come on, Niti Menon. As they're making some adjustment in the field. So let me tell you the field. 2 slips, a backward pointer cover, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, a leg slip, and a man on the fine leg boundary. So that's the field I'm seeing. 2 slip, a backward pointer, mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, a leg slip and a fine leg bowl to Alzaro Joseph, looking to turn that into the onside, taken on the pads, time for the appeal. They are considering it, are they? I think that's high. But it's up to them. It's their decision, their choice, whether they want to review it. 158 for 6. Good morning, Mr. Forum. Yesterday and the captaincy of Craig. I concur with you. I know means total agreement. Okay, so they have reviewed the decision. I think it is I. So while they go through the process, let me take Naya TV. Good morning. What are your thoughts on today's series? Let's watch the review. Inside edge onto the pad. inside edge onto the pad. So definitely England will be losing the review. There it comes. Big inside edge onto the pad. And so they lost their review. Good. I don't think they have any review. Oh, no, it was in the first innings. This umpire is making some very, very good decision. What's that? What's his name again, man? I'm gonna tell you his name in a short while. If Australian he's from. I'm trying. Not Wilson. I soon tell you name. Wood ball to Joseph, clipped away down to 5 leg for 4. Or did it come off the pad? Yes, off the pad. Not Wilson. Not Rifle. Old Stock, I think. Old Stock. Adrian Oldstock. Adrian Oldstock is this umpire name. He's really, really having a good match. He's really, really having a good match. What are your thoughts on Athanase series? Done enough to play the next series. Not outstanding, not average, but done enough to play the next series. Over the wicket, bowls to Joseph, who pulls at that one through to the keeper, and there is no run. The score is 162 for 6. The lead is 68. Yes, it is for the warm-up match against South Africa. Jerry Berry is saying, what changes you think will be made to this 11 for the South Africa game? Right now, let's watch this delivery as I'm thinking about it as I'm watching it. Marco turns in the distance over the wicket. He passes the umpire now, ball to Joseph. Joseph ducks, allows it to go through 162 for 6. We are in over number 48. I think maybe only one change will be made for the South Africa game. I do not see wholesale changes. I saw them celebrating. Is that because I just took my eye off the screen? Oh, it was the previous wicket. Yeah, because I know that he couldn't go back to the top of his mark and bowl another delivery so quickly. Hood to Joseph, bowls to Joe, bowled! Mega stump, knock back. Joseph aim a big booming drive. He misses it, or maybe just off the inside edge, and the mega stump knocked out of the ground. West Indies lost their 7th wicket, pitched up by Mark Hood. Alzarri Joseph into a big drive, and the mega stump went flying out of the ground. West Indies 162 for 7 and are in danger now. Real danger. Big trouble now of losing this match. And also of losing the series 3-0. That was a big drive by Alzarri Joseph, similar to the dismissal of Joshua Da Silva. The only difference is that Joshua Da Silva covers his stump. Joseph didn't, but 2 big booming drive. And I said that Joshua Da Silva have a good series. I think he have a better series than Athanase. But again, the shot that he played, we all know that he's a candidate for a leg before, and that's why persons would probably say that he didn't. Our batsmen are not learning. Probably that's one of the reasons why some would say that. We all know that Joshua Da Silva is a candidate for leg before. But you can see Joshua Da Silva on many occasions steeling himself not to play across that front pad, and what he did today, I am not happy with the shot that Joshua Da Silva got out, but it's the nature of the game, and he had a good series to me. He had a fairly good series. Never liked the shot from Alzarri Joseph just now, though. Just never liked the shot. I never saw any commitment. Moti is now to the crease. So I think that there will be at least one change for the South Africa series. And I was going to pick the South Africa squad tomorrow. But because of this warm-up match, I want to see how it goes first before I pick that squad. So Moti, Hodge continues to bat well this year. Would you promote him to number 3? Let's watch this delivery from Mark Wood. 1 to come in the over. It's probably gone already, but I'm staying with my screen. And for the benefit of those who are listening live, 162 for 7. Wood bowled to Moti, and Moti turned that away. True square leg. They gone for 1, and they will. Did they go for 1? Yes, they went going for 1. So Moti will keep strike at the end of over number 48. West Indies 163 for 7. Hodge has been playing well at number 5. I can see the, what you would call it now. I can see someone want to put Hodge to number 3. But what I believe, this is my theory, this is my philosophy, this is my principle. And if he's batting at number 5 and doing well, let him stay at number 5. We saw for years Chanda Paul batted at number 5. And whenever we switch Chanda Paul around in the batting order, he wasn't as productive there as he is at number 5. And is really a good example, because if you look at round the wicket, ball to Moti, that's Atkinson, opens the face of the bat, runs it down to third man, it goes into the third man boundary for 4. West Indies now move up to 167 for 7. The lead is now 73. Can we get this lead up to 100 and give the bowlers things to work with? So a quick check, champion, and you can do this. If you look at Chanda Paul, that's Shivnarine Chanda Paul, not Tage. If you look at Chanda Paul average at number 3 and look at his average at number 5, you will see why I'm not interested to put Hodge at number 3. Let him stay where he is and perform. He's performing well. And Moti ducks under that one as it goes through to the keeper. The score remains 167 for 7 in over number 49. And so, I think is it Philip is saying he think is the 29th to the 3rd of August. And today is the 28th. So yes, so he would not have been up, he would not arrived in time. So maybe I understand why he isn't in that team. So I would have loved to see him in that team. Turn away into the onside and there is no run. So I'm getting 2 different dates here. One is saying the 31st to the 3rd, and the 31st to the 3rd sound more likely because that is 4 days. And the 29th to the 3rd sound like July has 31 days, so it's almost 6 days. So Philip, 31st to the 3rd, is it a 4-day match or is it a 3-day match? SOS Music is saying, good morning team. Casey Carter plays the ball late. He good against swing bowling also. Okay, thank you for expressing and telling us about Casey Carter. You're welcome. We always appreciate those. As the screen froze, we always appreciate persons pointing out things. And you know, the good thing about it, when you point out these things, we can look at it when they are batting and confirm it ourselves. So we always appreciate it. No man, it's no true set, you're free. You have to wait 60 seconds. That's all it is. 60 seconds between comments. So you think Sherwin is say we'll love that. Wouldn't we love that Naya TV if it's 168 for 7. We're in over number 50. Mark could turn in the distance. 2 for 35 so far. Comes in round the wicket, ball to Moti, plays outside the half stump, misses through to the keeper. and there is no runs. 168 for 7. West Indies lead by 74. Can we get this lead up to 100? If Shamar make a 50 today, we'll get this up to 150, 160, and then we'll probably have something to work with. And so SOS is saying that Brandon King can captain this test team. He has a good head. Okay, thank you for your comment. Really appreciate it. Robinson, good morning. How are you? As Markwood comes in round the wicket, ball to Moti. He allows it to go through outside the ash stump. 168 for 7. The lead is 74. Moti is on 6. Hodge is on 54. I get a feeling of determination from Markwood. Greetings, my brother. Just joining the program. I am heartbroken this morning seeing the position we are in. Oh Lord, yes, it's disappointing again. You know, very disappointing. West Indies cricket team continues to disappoint us in this series. We are all hoping for that exhale. And this is one of the reasons why I always say to people, as Wood round the wicket, ball to Moti, outside the off stump, beating it through to the keeper, and there is no run. He's still there though. 168 for 7. We lead by 74. This is one of the reasons why I always say to this community, celebrate the local victories. Celebrate the local triumph. No matter how short-lived they are, celebrate them. Celebrate them, because when the disappointment comes, we have to deal with the disappointment. So, you know, we have to celebrate the local victory, no matter how short they are. Mark, what is it? To bowl to Moti, round the wicket, over the wicket, bowl to Moti. He just allows it to go through, just slip the right foot and allow it to go through, over his back, through to the keeper, and there is no run. 168 for 7. The lead is 74. So Mark could now want to come in. This is 8 over. I've picked up 2 for 35 so far. This would be his last over in this spell. So Kirkhamute is giving his opinion. Let's watch this one from Markwood. Over the wicket, ball to Moti, and Moti plays this away. Down to third man. The field that comes off the boundary sends the return in. Moti keeps the strike. The score is 169 for 7 after 50 overs. West Indies lead by 75. Budakesh Moti is on 7, and Kavim Hodge at the crease with him, I think on 53 or something like that. I think Kavim Hodge, as the score comes off the screen, but I'll tell you very shortly, he's on 54. So West Indies 169 for 7, leading by 75. So good morning, Mr. Carlton. Good morning, Kirkhamute. Good to have you here. It's time Mackenzie be dropped for the South African series. King R.O. could fill in number 3 spot, and Zari Batten has fallen away badly. He could have turned an all-rounder. Thank you very much for those comments, Kirkhamute. I appreciate it. I don't agree with King R.O., but then we are all entitled to our opinion, and so I appreciate you expressing yourself. Turn away by Moti, down back with a square leg. The field that comes in off the boundary limits them to 1. The score moves up to 170. The lead is now 76. Moti is now on 8. Kavim Hodge is on 54. You know. So, and you know, here is Michael Douglas said, we can take Brandon King out of our thoughts for Test cricket for the rest of the year. King will play SA20 during the Pakistan Test series next year. I don't want a player to play too much and leave. Okay, so, you know, and that's the over the wicket ball to Hodge, plays it into the onside. He's a singer. He takes the singer, 171 for 7. And that is always the beauty of this community. Is not, I don't say necessarily accept, but respecting each other's opinion, and knows that others' opinions differs from ours. And it's the ability to voice our opinion and the other person to voice their opinion. Round the wicket to Moti, Atkinson just allows it to go through outside the half stump, and there is no run. So that's the beauty. That's the beauty. And Sherwin is saying also that King or Hope are not test players. Naya is saying, I so agree with you about celebrating our little victories. And I would add, beat them as bad as we can when we get the chance. Thank you very much, Naya. Atkinson around the wicket, ball to Moti's defense is down the half side of the pitch, and there is no run. There's a look of determination on Moti's face. He really wants to do well. Really wants to do well. I can see that even if he gets out, no one can fault the determination on his face. And Philip Dubois saying, hope we can give them a 150 plus and try our best to give England a scare. That would be lovely, wouldn't it be? Round the wicket, ball to Moti, and he plays that one comfortable down to the man at extra cover, and there is no run. The score remains 171 for 7. 1 to coming over number 51. West Indies lead by 77. I love the look of Moti. He may get a beauty now and got out, but the way he looks right now, you must give him credit. He's showing a lot of determination right now. Kirkham, you would have definitely love that, wouldn't we all? Round the wicket, ball to Moti. Again, he just bends and allows that to go through, and it's 171 for 7 at the end of over number 51. Hodge is on 55. Moti is on 8. So Kirkham is saying 100 for Hodge and 50 for Moti today. We would love that, wouldn't we? We would definitely love that. Truth set you free saying, Mr. Forum, I would be in Trinidad on holidays for the test match. I want to attend, but if Kirk and Alec are in the team, I may reconsider. I'm also disappointed that Joel is not in the warm-up game. But what I would say to that though, truth set you free. I support the West Indies team, man. You see, you don't want Athanaze and Kirk in the team. As Mark Wood in his 5th over of the spell, over the wicket, ball to Hodge, and that one comes back in, taken, and the edge is out. So Hodge comes on the front foot, he took the edge, shoot to the keeper, and Hodge gone. And somehow, you just get a sickening feeling. It was pitched up. Did he have to play? But then again, he was drawn into the front foot. Real pace make you play at deliveries that you don't usually have to play at. Yes, he had to play. It took the edge. And it goes through to the keeper, and he's out. It's a very good delivery from Mark Wood. On another day, it probably would have missed the edge. On another day, he probably would not have played at it. But you cannot blame Hodge there right now. It was fast. It came back into him. It was challenging the half stump. And having out bowled, leaving one alone in the first innings, you can understand why he played at that delivery. I think it was a good delivery. I have no issue with Hodge playing at that delivery. And so West Indies have lost their 8th wicket, 171 for 8. Especially what happened in the first innings. Good knock though by Hodge. He continues to show some consistency and another half century. So a century and a half century in the series, can't complain about that. We appreciate that. What I was just trying to think there right now is that when is the last time that we have a West Indies batsman goes past 50 twice in a series? I'm trying to remember. So that's how significant Kavim Hodge innings is, It happened such a long time ago that I cannot remember the last time we have a West Indies batsman going past 50 twice in a series. Let's watch Barcode as he comes into Seals. He's in bowl to Seals, allows it to go through down the leg side, and there is no run. So, you know, I know that there's a lot of bright persons in the chat and they are doing their research now. So please, can you just tell me when was the last time that you have a West Indies batsman passing 50 twice in a series? You probably could tell me. If you are to absolutely critical of Hodge, and I'm not taking away anything from Hodge when I say this, you know. And that ball takes Seals on the body and drops down in front of him at forward short leg, 171 for 8. If you're going to be absolutely critical, now, one of the things when you are batting, and I hope you're seeing my hand, is that when you're playing a defensive strokes, you don't want to necessarily go at the ball. Once you line it up, you want to keep that bat. You don't want to move the bat any at all towards the ball. And so he did that there. But then, boy, at 90 miles per hour, bowled, Seals off stump, knocked out of the ground. And West Indies have lost their 9th wicket, 171 for 9. Mark Wood is on fire, and West Indies falling apart now. The Tailenders have no answer to Mark Wood. 171 for 9. The lead is 77. You know, ever since Kirkhamute, I'm not, you see, anytime you make this prediction again, Kirkhamute, I'm not going to read it, you know. As Kirkhamute make the prediction and we start to feel that there's something in it, all of a sudden we are just losing the wickets. Kirkhamute, are you cause this, you know, my friend? Are you cause it, Kirkhamute? As soon as you talk about Hodge going to make 100 and Shamar going to make 50, the batsmen start getting out. Are you cause it, my friend? Hey, Kirkhamute? Oh boy, just teasing though. I hope you appreciate the banter. Nothing serious meant. So I'm saying truth set you free. Say, for example, you want to see Carty in the team. There are others who don't want to see Carty in the team. And that is why I always say to this community and persons who listen to me, support whoever play. Because you want X to play, but there's somebody else who don't want X to play. So I support the West Indies team. And yes, after the match, I'm going to be critical of some of the players. Before the match, I'm going to give my perspective on who I think should play. But once those players take the field, whosoever those 11 players are, we must learn to support them. SOS Music, as I saw, round the wicket, over the wicket, ball to Shamar Joseph, and he cuts this away, down backward of point. It's running very close to the boundary, gets there now, lovely shot by Shamar Joseph, 4 runs, West Indies move up now to 175. It should be 175 for 9. So it was short, and Shamar Joseph was on top of the bounce and playing a forcing shot off the back foot through cover point, down to the boundary for 4. Marco turns away in disgust. That was a lovely shot by Shamar. Some class there. The score should be 175 for 9. West Indies lead is now 81. Let's watch this final delivery from Mark Wood as he comes in now. Round the wicket to Shamar. 2 slips goes down. Ball to Joseph, and Joseph hedges it to second slip, and he's out. Caught! 5 for Mark Wood. West Indies all out for 175. England need 82 to win the match. So pitch drop Shamar on the back foot. Looking again for another short ball, but Mark Wood pitch it up. and Shamar on the back foot, nicked off the second slip, and he's out caught at second slip for 2 deliveries. West Indies 175 all out. England will need 82 to win this match. So let me just go through the West Indies scorecard quickly before I come to your comment. When West Indies batted in their second innings, Craig Braithwaite went bowled by Woakes for naught, and persons know my views on the captaincy issue with Craig Braithwaite. They know my view, and that's my view. That's a separate thing. I separate issues. My view on the captaincy is one thing. But yesterday, I really felt it for him, and I know that after what happened in the field, especially when the ball changed and they got a ball that they thought was very soft and inferior to the one that they were using, and England recovering from 54 for 5 to make 370, what was it, 376, and all of that weight bearing down on him. I always know that it was going to be very difficult for him. And at that time, you wish that, probably you'd say send Kirk Mackenzie to open, but Kirk Mackenzie was also under pressure. I've not gotten a score in this series, So I really felt it for Craig Braithwaite yesterday as he walked out to open the innings. I know his mind would not have been clear, and it would have taken a miracle for him to survive until the close of play. So I felt it. I definitely felt it for Craig Braithwaite yesterday. That is a separate issue, though, from the captaincy. There are 2 separate issues. Mikel Louis went caught this morning by Crawley at slip off Ben Stokes for his first half-century in international cricket. Kirk Mackenzie, the before mentioned, was caught by Smith of Atkinson yesterday for 8, and he also is someone that I felt is dismissal. And yesterday, you would have heard me saying that I hope the team management will rally around the youngster and, try to lift his spirit, because at this time, that his spirit is really down. And the next 72 hours are going to be really difficult for him. He would be feeling a little despair. So it is very important now that the team management rally around him and try to lift his spirit. I'm sure his father was always there for him. And I'm sure that his father would be having a long chat with him, just try to lift the morale of the young man, lift his spirit. Because I know that he would be very disappointed at this time. Atanase went for 12. I never saw his dismissal. Kavim Hodge, as you saw just now, went caught by Smith off the bowling of Markwood for 55. Jason Older went leg before of Atkinson for 12. Yes, the ball would have clipped the top of leg stump. But then, you could see the disappointment on Jason Older's face. And as I said at the start of commentary, I don't think that disappointment is, yes, everyone is disappointed when they got out. But I believe the same thing that was going through my mind was the same thing that was going through Jason Older's mind. What's the difference between Joe Root yesterday morning and my dismissal? And then the tail just fell away after Joshua Da Silva played across a straight one and was out leg before of Markwood. Then Markwood basically do what fast bowler does. What fast bowlers do when they are bowling at 90 miles per hour. You clean up the tail. Alzari bowled for 2. Jaden Seals bowled for 8. And Shamar Joseph Brook at second slip for 4. West Indies all out for 175. with the top scorer being Mikel Lewis for 57 and Kavim Hodge for 55. And so Mark Wood getting 5 for 40 from his 14 overs. So 5 for 40 from his 14 overs for Mark Wood. And England will need 82 to win this match. Carlton Ayman is saying, good morning, Mr. Brown. Good morning to you, Ayman. Maybe some of these players will be better moving forward. I don't quite get the question. I don't quite get the comment, Carlton. So would you mind rephrasing? And Merrick Hodge said, Merrick Meredith is saying, Hodge has impressed in this series. Yes, he has impressed us. He has impressed us. I really am impressed with Hodge. And please rephrase Carlton Ayman. I don't quite get it. And he's saying that Mr. Casanova is saying that Craig is probably the only one who has passed 50 twice in a test series for us. And more than likely it is Craig, because there is no doubt that Craig should be in this team, just like how Joe Root was a captain and he remains in the team because he's still England's best batsman. Despite how Craig looks at the crease, he's still West Indies' best batsman. So he should still remain in the team. And more than likely he is. But I hope someone is doing some work on it and tell me, when was the last time that a West Indies batsman would have passed 50 twice in a series? So well done to Kavim Hodge. Well done. Please remember to slash a like on the video, click on the subscribe button, share the channel with your friends and family. And please remember, just like our SOS did this morning, and we appreciate us SOS. Thank you very much, SOS. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And please donate to our effort, our hurricane relief project. So Elvis, very disappointed. Yes, I can understand the disappointment. I can understand the disappointment. Just a little trivia. We have probably about 50 minutes to go before tea. 50 minutes to go before tea. What do you think? You think that England is going to win this match before tea? I don't know, some person would say I give up on West Indies, but to be fair, I don't think anyone expects West Indies to win this match. If West Indies win this match, let me see what I will do. I will be Craig Braithwaite Gardner for 12 months. I will work as Craig Braithwaite Gardner for 12 months if West Indies win this match. Yes, at my expense. 12 months if West Indies win this match. I will be very happy if they win, of course, but in all likelihood, I don't think that West Indies is going to win this match. Kirkamute is saying, Mr. Carlton, we need to talk about the bowling lineup against South Africa. And when Roach come back, who out? Why nobody talking this? Kirkamute, because, we try to deal with one thing at a time. To move to South Africa even before this series finish, it's like we are turning our back on this set of players when they are in the heat of battle. I hope you understand the point. You know, so when that is true, fine. What I saw Ben, is it Ben Stokes I saw with a helmet there? Is that Ben Stokes coming to open the England innings? What is going on here? Is that Ben Stokes coming to open the innings? Surprise, surprise. Did one of the openers got injured? I'm very, very surprised. Is that Ben Stokes? Interesting time ahead. Yes, Kirk. So let us support these guys. Travis Braithwaite is saying that we need a new number 3. Older should be batting no higher than 8. We need a proper batsman at 6. Alzari is not up to par for a test at the moment. We need an experienced batsman in the middle order. Those are very solid views from Travis Braithwaite, and I think more persons will agree with him than those who don't agree. You know, so those are very solid views. Surprise, surprise, Ben Stokes, Joseph over the wicket, ball to Stokes, and that one comes back into him sharply, taken on the pad. And already you can see that he's not an opener. So England needs 82 to win. That one good start though by Joseph. It came back in sharply to him, take him on the inside portion of the tie pad. And immediately you can see, so very surprised. Very surprised. I'm sure it is Ben Stokes that at the crease. I'm almost certain. Let's watch as Alzari Joseph comes in round the wicket, ball to Ben Stokes, and that one again take him on the body as he looks to play down the onside. He picked it up and relayed to one of the West Indies fielders. None without loss, England, after 2 deliveries. So I really think that as you see, Kirk Amute is saying here, I totally agree with you, Mr. Travis. I definitely think that a lot of persons will definitely agree with what Travis Braithwaite said there. Round the wicket to Stokes, and he plays a forcing shot off the back foot. Down towards the cover boundary, gets there now for 4. England are on their way, 4 without loss in the first over. So he just hit that off the top of the bounce. Alzari Joseph giving Ben Stokes some width, and he capitalized it and plays a forcing shot off the back foot down to the cover boundary for 4. Anthony St. Jules, I hope you have been wrong, but it's now look like you are right. You are right. And as I said, Kurt Amute, we need to, when that time comes, clipped away down to the mid-wicket boundary for 4 more. So England 8 without loss. Alzari Joseph just pitching up there on the pad, and Ben Stokes just clipping it away down to the mid-wicket boundary for 4. So that one was whipped away through mid-wicket down to the boundary for 4. England 8 without loss. They need now 74. So Joseph just conceding boundaries on either side of the wicket. 1 through mid-wicket, 1 through cover point. Round the wicket, ball to Stokes, and that one came back in shortly. The Silver failed to collect, and it runs away down to the fine leg boundary for 4 by. So not a good start here by the West Indies. So that one came back in sharply, beat Ben Stokes, but the Silver failed to collect, and it goes down to the boundary for 4 by. England 12 without loss, needing 70 to win. Came back in sharply to Ben Stokes, beat him between bat and pad. The Silver eye off the ball, down to the boundary for 4 by. Carlton Ayman is saying, okay, I meant all of the players will learn from their mistakes moving forward. Round the wicket, ball to Stokes, and Stokes defend this back down the pitch, and there is no run. I was on Friday watching, and I believe we will get better, do well against South Africa. And Thank you, Cartland, because we have the same first name. 12 without loss after 1 over. And that is our hope. We live and hope and want to see this happen. And how happy we will be if they get better. It is very important to me that the West Indies win. Even as a community, even here doing this, when West Indies is winning, it is much better for me. So it is absolutely important for me that West Indies win. over the wicket, round the wicket to Duckett and plays that into mid wicket, and they go through for a single, 13 without loss. I think what happened when Zach Crawley dropped a catch at second slip, I think he dropped a catch at second slip when West Indies was batting, and he had to leave the field then. And I think he probably injured his hand then. That's why Ben Stokes decided to come out and open. That just should set you free. And I know you'll be willing to do that, And you will be so happy that you'll probably willing to do anything. Christopher, how you doing, man? Nice, Christopher. Nice. Good morning to you, brethren. Good morning. Round the wicket, ball to Stokes, and he hit this over the top. One bounce towards the extra cover boundary for 4. So Seals pitched up, and Ben Stokes hit it high over the top, down to the deep extra cover boundary for 4, 17 without loss. So England trying to do this in a flash. Carlton Brown, Mr. Carlton, the Englishman, is making a joke. And that one turned into the onside, and there is no run. Yes, Gary Rose, but you're saying stop being individualistic and talk about overall team performance. I don't quite sure, because I don't quite, Gary, so I don't quite, and I really appreciate you are always here with us. Round the wicket, ball to Ben Stokes off the back foot, and he banged this through cover for 4. So it was off the back foot there and banged this one through covers for 4. So the score moves up to 21 now, England needing 61. I want to interpret the opinion. I want to interpret your comments, but you said, please stop being individualistic and talk about overall performance. It's time we learn to bat and be aware of match situations and learn to win test matches. After back foot and he strokes that down towards the cover boundary, the backward point boundary, and they get a single. So I'm saying that I agree that we need to talk about the collective, but we also need to talk about the individuals too, because the individuals make up the collective. So I'm one all for separating issues. And I think, and I'm also one to look at the team performance. I am also one to do that too. Seals to Duckett, and Duckett off the back foot flashes this away down to backward point. There's a fielder there. They will get a single. The score moves up to 23. So Gary LaRose. I wish I had your answer that you could go deeper into that comment, but I think it's a very interesting comment. I think is a very interesting comment. Sammy St. Ellen, welcome. Good morning. Not sure you talk about this yet, but how do you see our top order going from here? How do you see our top order going from here? Comment. So Ben Stokes there, they're showing all the strokes that Ben Stokes played. I just want, so 23 without loss after 2 overs. Alzari round the wicket, ball to Duckett. He turns this down to fine leg for another single. 24 now without loss. 58 needed to win. Stokes is on 17, Duckett is on 3. Our top order. The two concerns I have in the top, all right, there are two genuine concerns in the top 6, and there's one 50-50 concern in the top 6. So I'm comfortable with 3 persons in the top 6. And then I have 2 genuine concern and one 50-50 concern. Round the wicket comes Joseph Bolt to Stokes, and he pulls this away down towards the deep mid-wicket boundary for 4. So that was short, and Stokes just pull it away down to the deep mid-wicket boundary for 4. England goes up to 28 without loss, and we're in over number 3, and they are rollicking along. They're absolutely rollicking along. Fidel Da Silva is saying the whole team needs to go back to the debts. 12 hours every day. I don't care if they call it slavery. If you gotta shackles them to the pitch, so be it. They will be released when we see improvement. Fidel Da Silva round the wicket, ball to Stokes, and he pulled this again high in the air. The fielder comes around, but he has no chance. 4 more runs. 32 now without loss. And Stokes is taking Joseph to school here. Joseph just cannot find that right length and line. This attacking approach from Stokes. He's just not bowling in that right area any at all. And the ball is being hit to all part of the ground, through the offside, through the onside. You know, I don't quite understand the reaction from Joseph. I think he's probably disappointed with himself. Can't be in the fielder. That one driven through mid-on. They gone for 1. They come back for the second. Will they run a third? No, the second 2. The score is now 34 without loss. 2 deliveries to come in this over from Joseph. I don't quite understand the disappointment. Fidel Da Silva, better you said it more than me, boss. Travis Braithwaite is saying that he thinks Alzari Joseph has regressed. And some persons regress. I'm probably regress is a little strong, but the improvement that we want to see, we are not getting that. And hopefully he will collect himself, and going forward we'll see that improvement. Round the wicket, ball to Stokes, and Stokes hit this hop one over down to long off for 4. So Joseph there pitching up into the slot, and Stokes just hitting it straight down to the boundary for 4. England 35 without loss at the end of the over. 35 without loss at the end of the over. So Alzari, 2 overs have gone for 27 runs. No wicket, while Jaden Seals over have gone for 11 runs. Now is when we need the experience of Jason Holder to come into the attack and show us his class. That experience that he brings to this team. Now is the time for Jason Holder. I would love to see what Shamar can do, but I definitely don't think Was it a no ball? That was short and he pulls, misses. So, okay, so that's the end of the over. Sorry, it's 23, 23, 38, 23 off Joseph, 23 off Joseph, 2 overs, and it's 38 without loss, 44 needed. Probably Shamar will replace Alzari Joseph, and I don't have an issue with that, but then I'd probably prefer to see older. Just come in as the experienced bowler and just try to just hit that good era and just bring back down the run rate a little. Dr. Brown is the best England 12 man. Okay. Sammy St. Ellen said, I think we are being operated on hope too much. We cannot no longer rely on hope. I think it's time we look to bring our best batters in the game, no matter what the age. All right, thank you. Who are those batters and are they willing to play? So those are questions too that we need to answer. Those are questions we need to answer. So, well, good. I love this, man. I love this. So here's Ola over the wicket, ball to Duckett, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Just come in and just show that experience and just hold it there, just back off a length. Although you're bowling 128, let England do let England force it. Lovely. I love this decision by Braithwaite. Credit to Braithwaite. I love this decision. Love it. Comes in now. Let's watch. So Jason Holder comes in now to bowl to Duckett. He just pulls up. He not really pull up. He just when I say pulls up, I mean he just abort the run up. He just run through. He just run through the crease. That's what I mean. I don't mean he pulled up or there's any injury there. He just ran through the crease. That's what I meant. But I really love this decision from Braithwaite to bring in Holder. And I know that man is hurting, Curtly Ambrose. He must be hurting. I want to read this sentence from ball to Ola, drive to the man on the bunks. Did that go on the bunks to Braithwaite? Lucky Duckett. This is good from Jason Ola. This is exactly what I was saying. Just bring on Jason Ola. Let him use that experience. Let he shows it. So Letty shows it. So this is good. Ball to Duckett. But for a moment I thought he was bowled here. And he cuts it, he dug it out down to backward point. And there's a single. For a moment I was going to say bowled. So it's 39 without loss. So Clement Royal is saying that Alzari Joseph need to take his responsibility of being a vice captain more seriously by throwing away his wicket. We have a new opener and a number 4-5. We need a 6 and all-rounder to bat at number 8. Thank you, Clement Royal. Well said. I appreciate your opinion. And Stokes now just moving away and just hitting that one at the top of the bunks down to the long on boundary for 4. It wasn't that it wasn't a good length. It wasn't that it wasn't in the right area. But it was just that the lack of pace. It was just the lack of pace that caused him to just pull. Jason Ola. over the wicket, ball to Stokes, and Stokes hit this hard, straight, dead straight, down to the boundary. Was it 4 or 6? Let's watch. It's 47 without loss. It was another 4, but Jason Holder pitched up, and Ben Stokes hit it hard, straight back over the bowler head for another 4, and so England are really rollicking along here now. Hold that to Stokes. And Stokes hit this. Is it going to be out? Let's see the fielder come around. Can't get there. Wow. Can't get there. The score moves up now to 49 without loss. England needing 33. Stokes is on 41. He said overwork. I don't quite know what Mikel is referring to. Mikel is a good member of this community, always participating. And Zikout is saying the turning point is when we didn't appeal. We did appeal it, we just never review it. But then again, the umpire should have given it out. So Kirkamute is saying that, Mr. Carlton, we need to beg Archer and Saul to play for us. I support that move. They won't do it, Kirk. Don't worry about it. They won't do it. SOS saying that it looks like England was bowling on a different pitch to Alzari. Doesn't it look like that? To be fair to SOS, music is spot on. It looks like England was bowling on a different pitch from the one that we are bowling on. And, so Alzari continues to Duckett, and Duckett's places back down the pitch to Alzari, and there is no run. And this is a good point, Travis Braithwaite, and it's a good recognition from you. For although we want them to do well, and when they're not doing well, we are disappointed and we express those views that they are not doing well because we want, and that's the nature of sport. It happens all over the world. We are not special in that. We are not unique when it comes to that. My screen freezes as Joseph was about to make his way in. Well, it comes back now. He comes in now, bowl to Duckett, and Duckett turns this away down towards fine leg. Then it comes off the bat or the pad. Let's watch the signal from the umpire off the body. The score moves up to 50 without loss. So England is 50 without loss. As there goes the screen again, freezing. And so we want to see our bowlers do well, our players do well. And we know what we want. We definitely know what we want to see them because we used to winning. There was a time when we were the best in the world, and we know what those guys used to do, and we want to see those guys doing it. But apart from the fact that we want to see them do well, and we're disappointed when they're not doing well, and we express our frustration and are critical when they are not doing well. And as I said, it happens all over the world. Joseph round the wicket, ball to Ben Stokes, and he hit this down to long off. Let's see, straight to the field, and they go through for a single. For a moment there, I thought Ben Stokes didn't want to run like he was saying, I want this, I am going to take him. So the score moves up to 51. But then there's a time also when we need to put our hands on their shoulder and show that compassion, So we are not close enough to them to do it, but we hope that those who are close do it. And that's a lovely delivery by Alzari Joseph. That one hit the right area. Now let's watch and see what this follow-up delivery will be. Will he try to bowl this next delivery in the same era? And that is what we want from him. That was a lovely delivery. True bat and pad goes through to the keeper. Now this follow-up delivery is very important. It's very important. Let's watch. He comes in now to bowl to Duckett. Round the wicket, bowl to Duckett. Yes, good. Although that was turned away off the pad, down to the field and the square leg boundary, they got a single. Now, that was not quite in the area where the previous delivery was, but in the same spot, but it was still in the same area. It just was a little straighter, and Duckett turned off his pad. But you don't mind that because he's not a robot. And, you know, but at least you can see him trying to follow up with a repeat delivery. Let's see if he can follow up again. Alzarri Joseph. As my screen froze. Oh, it's gone now. Sorry. I cannot help listening. You know, as soon as the watch along done, this thing stopped freezing though. As soon as it finished, it stopped freezing. I tell you that. So England need 30 runs to win, 52 without loss after 5 overs. Gerard Mead is saying that Alzarri and all the bowlers had to bowl on all dead pitches and all were expensive. And persons agree with that in a Gerard Mead. But what we want to see from them, Gerard, is trying to hit that era. That you know that 6 to 7 meter era. That's what we want to see them hitting. All the ball down the leg side to Ben Duckett to click this away through square leg. The field that backward square leg comes to his right. And in the meantime, the batsman got a chance to go through for 2. So it's 54 without loss. England needing now 28 more runs to win. Kirk is saying that Alzarri and Older need a rest for the South Africa series. All right, thank you, Kirk. Older to Duckett and he drives down the ground. This will go very close to the boundary. It goes there now for 4. So that Older just over pitching there. Duckett coming on the front foot and then hitting it straight down the ground for 4 more. It is very unfair to single out Alzarri because of poor field placement and the inability of other bowlers to build pressure, Gerard Mead is saying. SOS is saying that I have messaged 4 to 5 West Indies cricketer pertaining to safe test cricket in the Caribbean. That was shot from Older and it pulls through mid-wicket. It going out towards the boundary. The fielder comes around, that's Alzarri doing good work there, sends the return in, and they go through for 260 without loss. Well, SOS, I'm saying SOS, anything that can save West Indies cricket, I am all for it. So Gerard Mead is answering Travis. And he's saying that could be that is also a factor, you know. When the batsmen are not producing, it can frustrate the bowlers. Yeah, it can frustrate them. That is true. So that is true. Shot by Holder, pulled away, down to mid-wicket. Work again for Alzarri. This time he cannot get there. 4 more runs. The score will move up now to... Is that 64? What's the score now? 64. 64 without loss, needing only 18 more to win. To be honest, England bowlers are more skillful than West Indies bowlers. Our most skillful bowler is Hodge, and he got injured. That's Kieran Warren. He's right. Round the wicket comes Older, bowl to Duckett, and he pulls this away. Down toward mid-wicket again, 4 more runs. Alzarri could not give chase for the 3rd time. So Older was short, and he pulled it away down So it backfired. My decision to want Older to bowl backfired badly. Wrong decision that. I'm such a poor captain. I just thought that Older with all his experience would have come and just hit that right here around the wicket again, bowl to Duckett again, shot. I think Older love to see that shot. Joseph again cannot get there, 4 more. 72 now without loss. It's one out of 2 things. Either Older love to see that shot, or he want to get on the plane and come home in as quick a time as possible. But that's not good bowling from the senior West Indies all-rounder. That's not good bowling at all. Not at all. No way is that good bowling. Kieran Warren is right. The English bowlers are better than ours. My frustration with that is, that what is it that preventing our bowlers from becoming better? I don't think that the English bowlers, they were just born better than us. I think they work in a very dedicated and disciplined way to achieve that skill set. So that is my frustration, Kieran Warren. I agree with you that they are better than us. Shamar, ball to Stokes, pitched up going for the Yorker, and he got the same treatment, diving effort by the fielder down on the long off boundary, and they come back for 2. So that was Shamar Joseph pitching up that one, going for the Yorker, and the fielder on the long off boundary made a diving effort and stopped it and prevented going for 2. This match is going to end in this over or less Ben Stokes out, because they are not holding back. They are just trying to get off the pitch. But you can see Shamar there going for the Yorker just now. You understand what I'm saying, Kieran and viewers? And I really appreciate you being here. Shamar Joseph, over the wicket, ball to Stokes, short through to the keeper, loopy bounce, there is no run. So, when they were born, I don't think that they were touched by God and say, go and be a great bowler. I think the discipline, the environment, the aptitude, the attitude, the willingness to work at your craft for a long period of time, I think that's what made them better than our bowlers. Over the wicket to Stokes, wide outside the off stump, through to the keeper, and there is no run. So Shamar is staying out of range. Wise youth. We missed a grand opportunity by not playing Jordan. Okay, sit out. And Dane is saying Joseph should be rested for the South African series. Shot, and he pulled his hand here into the stand. So 80 now, 2 more needed. So that was shot by Shamar, and Ben Stokes pulled it high into the stand, and that's his 50. So 2 more needed. As I said, if Ben Stokes is not out in this over, England is going to win. Due respect to you two, Gary LaRose, you're all here with us, and it is good that we exchange opinions. You know, it's mutual respect, sir. And it's mutual respect to your opinions. Shamar over the wicket, ball to Stokes, and Stokes hit this to the man at cover, and there is no run. Stokes is just swinging from the hip here, though. You know. He's all in his shape, though. I want to say swinging from the hip. He's all in his shape, but he's playing powerful. You know. Patrick Smith is saying that, well, Patrick, persons are saying that we shouldn't be using those words, brainless and so on, bowl to Stokes, and he pulls this away down to the man at the mid-wicket boundary. They got a singer. So, Patrick, they're saying that we can be critical without using words like those. So let us, yes. So, 81 without loss, 1 needed. So I was wrong again, 9 from the over. I was wrong again, 9 from the over. All the weak bowling is being taken apart. We need a real fast bowler to replace Older in the Older. Okay. And so Mikel is saying, what a poor over, Orlando Paul is saying, one of the things that we need to do is to improve the quality of our domestic cricket. Braithwaite also indicated that the small number of test games limits them. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Orlando Paul. I would have said a lot about these things, So I'm taking your opinion. Dan Prendergrass. So Braithwaite is bowling the final over. So let's watch Braithwaite here. Can he get Ben Stokes out, captain to captain? Very interesting. This will be very gratifying. Round the wicket to Stokes, Stokes down the pitch and pull this away high in the air. There's a man down there. Oh, it sails over the boundary for 6. It sails away for 6. England won by 10 wickets. That was short. And Ben Stokes pull it away. England have beaten the West Indies 3-0. And there's 2 things that I need to research. When was the last time a West Indies batsman passed 50 on 2 occasions in a test series? And when was the last time West Indies beat England 3-0? I know we have not won a series there from probably in the 20th century. But I think we always happen to be winning a match. So that's something that I need to check. And, that is something that I really need to check. Caris is saying, psychological warfare England is revealing here. Stokes sending a message. Good morning, Valerie Hall. Welcome to the show. Caris87 is saying, good morning, Hall. I appreciate you, Caris. Ale Ains is saying, Joseph been bowling bad for the past 18 months. Please stop making excuses for him as the leader is struggling to get 5 wickets all. Gerard Mead is saying our bowlers are better, but the England's captain is better with field placement and bowlers change. Well, the West Indies batting is poorer than England's. That's why the English bowlers look like they are much better. And that's not a bad point. Thank you all for tuning in. So West Indies lost the series 3-0. I will be back later with at least one person, probably Dwight or Basil, or to see if we can get a recap on this match, or maybe tomorrow morning. So thank you all for being here. It was a pleasure for the 3-day. I wish the match had gone longer, but hopefully come South Africa, we'll see improvement. Have a blessed day, everyone. Have a good Sunday. Take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Remember, please contribute to our hurricane relief effort. Bye for now.